So we've talked about position players and pitchers that you should be using in Diamond Dynasty, talked about position players that you should not be using in Diamond Dynasty, so now it is time for the pitchers. We'll redo this video in about a month with updated pitchers, but in today's video, we are going to find out which pitchers are overrated, have bad stats, bad pitch selections. We got Gerrit Cole on this list. As a Yankees fan, I'm not happy about that, so you know there is no bias in this list. If you're excited for this one, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it, and make sure to follow me over on Twitch, where we are live streaming a ton of MLB The Show 22 content. But I hope you all enjoy the video, and let's get it.
Minika, watch me on Twitch, ooh, I'm streaming. I'm on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, red button beaming. Let's get that sub count, take over YouTube, ooh, we teaming. My content so high, ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Red button beaming.
Alright, so it is time to talk pitchers that you should not be using in Diamond Dynasty. We already talked about pitchers that you should be using in a previous episode. Make sure to go check that out. But today's video, we have 12 pitchers I don't think are very good. Either their pitch selections aren't great, their release isn't great, they're a little overrated, their stats aren't looking too good. So we're going to go over 8 starting pitchers and 4 relievers. I will say, though, a lot of the diamond relievers in the game are actually really good. So most of the relievers on this list are going to be gold relievers. We do have a couple diamonds, and then all the starting pitchers are going to be diamonds. Obviously, we have way more diamond starting pitchers than we have release pitchers this early on in the year. But the first card we are going to talk about, we're going to jump straight into things, is the new headliner, 92 overall Vita Blue. Very generic pitch selection here. 4-seam fastball, curveball, changeup, slider, 2-seamer. No cutter, no sinker. Slider isn't great. The pitch speed isn't that good. His fastball is 97 miles an hour, but it's not super fast. It's Vita Blue. Not going to have outlier. He's a lefty arm with bad per 9 stats for a 92 overall card, 86 hits per 9, 73 Ks per 9. If we take a look at the individual pitch break, there's 2 pitches 90 and above. That's a 4-seam fastball at 92, and the curveball at 92. The changeup, pretty much unusable. The 2-seam fastball, not very good. Slider is okay, and then the pitch control, the 4-seamer and the curveball have 90 plus. Other than that, it's 80 and below. The velo, the control stat, and the break stat on this card honestly aren't that good. He is pretty cheap, 25,000 stubs on the market, but in my opinion, I would rather spend my 25K on a couple better pitchers. The next card up is going to be the 88 overall cover athlete, Shohei Ohtani. I know we all want to use Ohtani cards because he can hit at the plate, but honestly, he's so bad on the mound. Not only this card, but his live series card too. Even his 99 overall card from MLB The Show 21, I really didn't like it. He's just BP on the mound. Super easy to hit. He hangs all of his pitches. It's extremely tough to get an out with this Shohei Ohtani. Really doesn't have a great strikeout pitch. I really find it difficult to pitch with this Ohtani card, and I light him up every single time I face him. I hang a curveball every time I use him, even though I want it in the dirt, and because of that reason, he doesn't make up for it enough what he does on the mound at the plate when he gets up to bat. Obviously, you want to hit with Ohtani, that's fine, but I think they should have made a DH card for Ohtani, but we didn't get that this year. He's just not good enough on the mound to actually make my rotation. If you do want to pick him up, though, he's a 4-seam fastball, slider, splitter, cutter, curveball, pitch control, only 1 pitch, 78 and above. That's why he's hanging all those pitches for me. And then the pitch break, 1 pitch in the 90, sliders at 84, and then the cutter as a 79. Up next is a card that pains me to put in this video because I am a Yankees fan. I always want Gerrit Cole cards to be good, but the fact is he's just not very good. His pitch selection, not great. 4-seam fastball, slider, knuckle curve, circle change, 2-seam fastball, and they never give this man outlier. If they gave him outlier, at least on the 4-seam fastball, he could kind of be usable, be like a worse DeGrom, because their pitch selections are very similar. But Gerrit Cole, no outlier, 98 mile per hour fastball. All of his other pitches aren't great, doesn't have great pitch break, not going to have incredible velo here without that outlier, and that would make him usable. 83 hits per 9, 81 Ks per 9, just too low for my liking. The pitch control isn't great. Really doesn't jump out to you here in any single aspect, velo, break, control, because there are a ton of guys in the game with outliers. So it stinks that I can never use a Gerrit Cole card, but it is what it is. For 20K, I wouldn't pick him up. Up next is going to be 86 overall live series Justin Verlander, another live series card that I honestly don't like very much. The only reason why I picked up this Verlander and using him on the no money spent team was to get that 92 overall Cy Young Dallas Coyotes cycle because that is worth it in the Houston Astros collection. But this Verlander also not very good. Not a great pitch selection here. Doesn't have great stats. Doesn't throw the ball incredibly hard. His pitch break is solid, but that's about it. 95 miles an hour on the four-seamer. Has a slider, 12-6 curve, changeup, two-seam fastball. Pitch control, four-seam fastball and slider, 99 pitch control, and the pitch break on the slider is 99. So the best pitch is definitely the slider. Other than that, doesn't really have another great pitch. We will get a 99 overall Verlander at some point this year with outlier. That's going to be disgusting because he was the best pitcher in the game in MLB The Show 21 for quite a while. But this card, 86 overall, this card isn't it. Up next is going to be a card that honestly I don't see too much because you have to get him in a collection that I don't think a lot of people know, but just thought I should note him anyway because I do see him here in the starting pitchers list, and that is 86 overall Mark Prior. Mark Prior's release is a little interesting, so he can be tricky with the four-seam fastball, but only 94 miles an hour. It's just a matter of time until you time him up and actually start teeing off on him. He has a slurve, changeup, and curveball. If you want to pick him up, I think you need either 10 or 15 cards in the rookie collection, and then you get him before an 86 overall diamond. The stats are not very good. 76 hits per 9, 98 Ks per 9, bad control, not great velo, and the pitch break, only the slurve at an 89. Up next is going to be another live series card, and Zack Wheeler. This card, not very good, not going to have outlier, and that would be the saving grace for this card, kind of like Gerrit Cole because the stats are really bad. 68 Ks per 9. For those of you who don't know what Ks per 9 do, that is the cause of foul tips or actually striking the batter out. The lower your Ks per 9, the more foul tips you are going to give up, and there's no worse feeling than giving up 3 straight foul tips, and then the next swing that your opponent has goes over the fence, and that's what's going to happen with the Zack Wheeler card with only 82 hits per 9, 68 Ks per 9, four-seam fastball, slider, sinker, curveball, circle change. The sinker is actually pretty effective, and the four-seamer isn't bad, but outlier would be the saving grace for the Zack Wheeler with only 68 Ks per 9. Pitch control, he does have a decent amount of pitches in the 80s, and the pitch break is actually horrible, so there's not enough movement on his pitches, and the velo isn't outstanding without outlier, so I wouldn't pick up the Zack Wheeler even for 10K. Up next is going to be the 85 overall live series Robbie Ray, another card without that certified #1 pitch that you go to in a situation when you need a strikeout with a four-seam fastball, slider, knuckle curve, circle change, two-seam fastball. Nothing jumps out to you about this Robbie Ray card. He's actually quite bad in every aspect in the game right now. Bad stats, bad stamina. Actually, stamina isn't too horrible. We won't knock him for that. Really bad control. Look at this. 3 pitches, 63 and below. You cannot throw this knuckle curve, the circle change up, or else it's going to go right over the plate. You are going to hang it with Robbie Ray, and your opponent is going to make you pay for it. When it comes to the pitch velocity, 96 on the two-seamer, 95 on the four-seam fastball. Not that fast. You want it 98 plus, at least if you're getting somebody without a signified #1 pitch. And the pitch break is actually really, really bad. 74 on the knuckle curve is his best pitch when it comes to pitch break. So no movement on any of Robbie Ray's pitches here. Doesn't have great velo, doesn't have great control, no great stats, and no signified #1 pitch. I know some people want to get that full diamond rotation, but for only 8,000 stubs, he's still not worth it. First reliever we are going to talk about, I'm kind of on the fence on. You could use Liam Hendriks right now because he is one of the highest overall rated relievers in the game right now, but I've never liked this pitch selection because 2 of his pitches are fastballs. He does throw the ball hard, but I don't think he has outlier, and he does not. If he had outlier, he would be better, but a four-seam fastball and a two-seamer, and then an 89 mile per hour slider and knuckle curve. 2 pitches, you have a 50-50 shot at getting a fastball, so I'm just going to wait for the fastball, expect it, then I have plenty of time to react to the slider and the knuckle curve. He doesn't have crazy pitch break or control on this card. Let's take a look at the pitch control. On the four-seam fastball, 92, 95 on the slider. If I wait for that knuckle curve, he's going to hang it over the plate and we can destroy it. And then the pitch break is not great on the knuckle curve or the slider, so he's not going to have great movement on either of those pitches. So just expect the fastball, then you could take everything else out of the park. Next, we're going to talk about Lefty Grove coming out of the bullpen. Now, as a lefty reliever, he's actually not horrible, but in my opinion, he's not very good because his only good pitch is that four-seam fastball. After that, the curveball, slider, changeup, nothing crazy here. Doesn't have the best control. His per 9 stats for a reliever in the game are really low. If he had these stats for a starting pitcher, maybe not horrible. With only 89 hits per 9 coming out of the bullpen, your opponent's PCI isn't going to be that small, so I honestly don't think it's that good of a card. Then we take a look at the pitch control here. 89 on the four-seamer, 79 on the curveball, 69 on the slider, 74 on the changeup. That's not very good, and the pitch break is 65 and below for the most part on majority of of his pitches, so he's not a very good card, even as a lefty reliever. Next up is going to be the 83 overall Live Series Gold Craig Kimbrel card, kind of like the Liam Hendriks that we talked about earlier. This card has a 66% chance at getting a fastball, 4-seamer and 2-seamer. Then you have that knuckle curve to sit back and wait on, so just expect the fastball. Wait for that knuckle curve. You have plenty of time to react to it. When we take a look at the pitch control here, the knuckle curve actually has pretty solid pitch control, but not that much movement, so there is a good chance that knuckle curve could be waiting for you right over the middle of the plate. So wait for the fastball. He doesn't have outlier, so he's not going to be super difficult to hit. The fastball is not going to reach 102. Wait for the fastball, react to the knuckle curve. This Raleigh Fingers card for the Athletics collection, also not very good. We will get a better Raleigh Fingers card down the road, but this card is bad in my opinion. Per 9, that's way too low for the bullpen. 76 hits per 9, 102 Ks per 9. Control, velocity, and break are actually not horrible. Mid 90s for the sinker and the 4-seam fastball. Pitch control for all 3 pitches are 83 and above, and the pitch break on the slider is 87, 92 on the sinker. Not really bad in my opinion, but the per 9 stats way too low for the bullpen. Only has 3 pitches, not going to work for me. And the last card in this video is the greatest closer of all time, and how are we not going to use him? I really just don't like this 81 overall card. I don't think he's very good. His Ks per 9 way too low. Again, gonna give up a lot of foul tips. Gonna really make you pay for it when your opponent gets that home run after 3 foul tips in a row. I got tired of seeing that, so I took Mo out of the bullpen here. 102 hits per 9, cutter, 4-seam fastball, 2-seamer, and slider. Mo is known for his cutter, and his cutter on this card has a 99 pitch control and pitch break, but the other 3 pitches, 4-seam fastball, 2-seamer, and slider, they're pretty much unusable. All right, everyone, that's gonna do it for the video today. These were pitchers you should not be using in Diamond Dynasty right now. If you enjoyed the video and you found it useful, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. In the comments down below, let me know, do you think any of these pitchers you should use in Diamond Dynasty, or do you think I got it right? Make sure to follow me also over on my Twitch account, where we are live streaming a ton of MLB The Show 22 content, but I'll talk to you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.